Next property, that is optical isomerism in halogen derivatives. Already I made 2-3 videos to explain this property, so please go through those videos to study this point in detail. In short, I will explain here. Optical isomers are one type of stereoisomers. What is meant by stereoisomers? They have different spatial arrangement. I told you in the last video also that stereoisomers means isomers having different arrangement of groups. Means only one atom is there, one molecule is there, and it wants to click its selfie. So it takes different poses. So that selfie means stereoisomers. Okay, these are optical isomers. Optical isomer is one type of stereoisomer, and this optical property or optical isomerism are very important to understand, useful to understand nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so basic requirement for this, that compound should have chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon. In the new syllabus, they have not given asymmetric carbon, they said chiral carbon. So consider one example, CH3, CHCl, CH2, CH3. Very nicely they have explained here which is asymmetric carbon or which is chiral carbon. They have numbered these carbons. Carbon 1 have 3 hydrogen and 1 this group. Carbon 2 attached to H, Cl, CH3 and C2H5. Third carbon is attached to 2 hydrogen, 1 CH3 and 1 CHCl, CH3 on the left hand side, and fourth carbon is attached to 3 hydrogen and rest this group. So if we see in this case, second carbon have all 4 groups attached to it are different. So C2 is called as chiral carbon. See, they have given here carbon atom in a molecule which carries 4 different groups or atoms is called chiral atoms, denoted as asterisk or a star mark. Okay, and such molecule is called as chiral molecule. When molecule has one chiral carbon atom, it has a unique property. And what is it? It cannot superimpose with its mirror image, and it is called as chiral molecule. See, they have given here one example. Same 2-chlorobutane, which was discussed up. 2-chlorobutane, its mirror image is 2-chlorobutane. We know carbon is tetrahedral, and tetrahedral structure is not planar structure. These are different ways of writing different structures. In 11th, we studied how to draw structure. So this dark line indicates that C2H5 is above the plane, and this dotted bond indicates that hydrogen is behind the plane, and this single line means in the plane. So its mirror image is like this. If we keep this image on this image as it is, then above Cl there will be H, above H there will be Cl. See, the structure will be somewhat like this, which is non-superimposable. They do not match with each other. So non-superimposable mirror images are nothing but optical isomers. So these two are optical isomers of each other. So these optical isomers or these mirror images have same structural formula, same molecular formula, but they have different spatial arrangement. See, this hydrogen is on the left hand side. Here hydrogen is on the right side. Here Cl is on the right side. Here Cl is on the left side. So spatial arrangement is different. So these are optical isomers. Okay. Next point in this word chiral have come from Greek word chiar, or we can call it as chair also. So chair meaning hand. So this property is also called as handedness or chirality. Why it is known as handedness? Because this property is similar to the relation between left hand and right hand. Okay, so if we keep left hand and see its mirror image, see, I will show you one structure here. See, this is left hand palm, right hand palm. If this is kept over this on this, then we will get structure somewhat like this. So these properties arise with the help of the nature of these two diagrams or these two figures. So it is called as handedness or chirality. So its meaning is hand. Next, Stereoisomerism, in which the isomers have different spatial arrangement of groups or atoms around the chiral carbon atom, is called optical isomerism. And the optical isomers differ from each other in terms of a measurable property that is called as optical activity. So what is optical activity, that we will discuss in detail after some time. Now plane polarized light, this also we have discussed in the last video. There was bit different diagram. So here this is one source of ordinary light. It is allowed to pass Nicol prism. Last time also I told you Nicol prism is made up of calcite, and when this light comes out through this Nicol prism, it is perpendicular to the propagation. See, it is vibrating in one plane. So this is its vibration and this is its direction of propagation. So direction of propagation and vibration, they are perpendicular to each other. So the light having oscillation only in one plane perpendicular to the direction of propagation of light is known as plane polarized light. Okay, so this light is called as plane polarized light. Now what is optical activity? See, what is its actual definition? When aqueous solution of certain organic compound like sugar or lactic acid placed in the path of PPL, then the transmitted light has oscillations in different plane than the original. In other words, the incident light undergoes rotation of its plane of polarization. The plane polarization rotates either to right or to left, and this property of the substance is of rotating the plane polarized light, polarization of incident plane polarized light, is known as optical activity. Okay, and the substance which is responsible for this is called as optically active substance, and the substance which does not rotate the plane is called as optically inactive substance. Please refer previous video for this property, optical activity. See, I have shown you the diagram here. This is PPL pass through glucose solution, so that light is rotated towards right or towards left. So property of a substance of rotating the plane of plane polarized light towards right or towards left is called as optical activity. Okay, and glucose is responsible for that, so it is optically active. Okay, and I told you one more example, that instead of glucose, if we take only water, then it will remain as it is. It will not pass through that solution. It will not deviate, it will not rotate when it is passed through water, because it doesn't have asymmetric carbon in it. This property is shown by only that compound having asymmetric carbon in it. Now what if the plane is rotated towards right and if it is rotated towards left? So we call these substances as dextrorotatory and levorotatory. Dextrorotatory rotates the light towards right, denoted as small d and plus sign, and levorotatory rotates the plane towards left, L. Levo starts with L, shifts plane towards left, okay, denoted as minus sign or L. These optical isomers are called as enantiomers. Optical isomers are called as enantiomers, and what is their property? They have equal and opposite optical rotation. Means if this is rotated towards right through 60 degree, it is also rotated towards left through 60 degree, but both have opposite direction. Magnitude of angle 60 in both the cases, but one is rotated towards right, other is rotated towards left, so opposite optical rotation. So sometimes this angle is shown by plus 60 degree, and here in case of this angle is shown as minus 60 degree. That angle is only called as optical rotation. Angle is called as optical rotation. One point they have given here, which is under the heading, remember, optical activity is experimentally observable value. I told you, just by looking at D and L, we cannot say whether this structure is D or L. It is accepted that first structure is D and second structure is L. But just by looking at that structure, we can't say whether it is D or L. So, experimentally observable property. Okay, and its consequence, and it is, this optical activity is obtained due to chirality. Okay, second point given, molecules which contain one chiral atom are chiral and they have non-superimposable mirror images. Two non-superimposable mirror images are called as pair of enantiomers and they have equal and opposite optical rotation, and these two are called as optical isomers. So enantiomers, just now I explained, enantiomers D and L pair is nothing but pair of enantiomer. They have identical physical properties except optical rotation, means angle of rotation is different. Okay, next one is racemic mixture, very important. This also we have discussed already, same point given here. So optical, just a moment, optical racemic mixture. So racemic mixture means what? Equimolar mixture of enantiomers, dextro and levorotary substances is called racemic mixture. I told you, if we take 50D and 50L, 50D will try to pull the plane towards right and 50L will try to pull the plane towards left. So effect is nullified. So that resultant mixture is called as racemic mixture, and racemic mixture is optically inactive, and this we call as external compensation, or it is given that it is optically inactive because optical rotation due to molecule of one enantiomer is cancelled by equal and opposite optical rotation. It's like playing pulling chain. There are two teams, right, standing in opposite direction, and each chain is pulling each other. So in the same way, optical rotation is in the racemic mixture is explained in same terms. Dextro pulls towards right, levo pulls towards left, and resultant mixture result is no movement in any direction, no movement in any direction, and this racemic mixture is denoted as DL or in bracket plus and minus sign. That's all the properties of alkyl halides. In the next lecture we will discuss chemical properties of these halogen derivatives.